Wow, wow. Hola, hola. Can you hear me well? It's okay? Okay. Hi everyone. So I'm Ahmed Chihade. I'm at Odoo for now 6 years. A few years ago, I have presented how to manage easily a service company, and today I'm really excited to show you about the new top bar feature. I know that you are also excited. It has been already quickly presented by Fabien, our CEO, yesterday during the keynote, and also mentioned it several times and also showed several times this afternoon during the service talk. Before to start, I give you a few moments to scan the QR code. You know the process, you ask the questions, and after the talk, we can answer to them. Okay, let's start. So what is the purpose of the top bar feature? But it's really easy. Is to give you the possibility to easily manage your big projects by tracking every phase, every step of the project, by linking all the documents. What do I mean by document is actually the purchase order, the sale order, the incoming and outgoing shipments, the manufacturing order, the expenses, the timesheet, everything. For instance, you have a construction project. You would like to construct a big building. You will need to track the purchase of the materials necessary to construct the building, but also the assembling of these materials, the production actually, um, the sale order and the invoices to the customer and so on. Let's give another example. You have a big project for a big customer and you would like to produce in bulk a customized product. So you will need to track the purchase again of the raw materials, the mass production, but also, for instance, the timesheets to track how many times the engineer took to design the product. Let's give another example. For instance, the clinical research. You receive some subsidies from the government as a revenue source of revenues. You would like also to track the time needed to do all those experiences. You have a planning to respect, so you have also some the planning to link to the project, some PDF to for the report of the experiences and so on. So the idea is really to have all those data centralized at one place. So as you can see in this slide, the idea is really to have the project application as the core of the flow. Um, you already have know the flow, the link between the sales and the project application, the expenses, the accounting. But now we have in this version new links between the project and the purchase order, the project and the manufacturing order and the bill of materials, but also the project and the inventory for everything, for the transfer, the incoming and outgoing shipment, and so on. So the idea is really that the project application is the starting point of any flow with the common thread, which is the analytic plan of the project. I will show you that in a few moments. The second major contribution of this new top bar feature is the reporting. So the idea is that the project becomes also the core of the reporting. You don't need anymore to go to the timesheet application, to the expense application, and try to make some filter to find and gather the information and so on. The idea here is really to have everything in one click, one dashboard. You have the project app, one top bar, and you have all the documents centralized there. And then you will be able to build a report adapted to each project. So let's come back to the example of the construction project. You have an issue, there is something going wrong at a given moment, and you will need to track everything in this project, the timesheet and the shipments during few weeks. Then you will build a dedicated, a specific report for this situation, and every day you will go to your dashboard to check if everything is going well. Obviously, the report could be shared or not. It is exactly the same than the feature that you already have in the search view with the filter, the group by, and so on. It's exactly the same. So stop talking and let's go to the demonstration. Today I will show you how to easily manage the construction of the new Santiago Bernabeu Stadium. And okay. As I told you, the idea is really to start from the project. Obviously, you could start with the sale order and then to generate, as you know, a project with one, zero, or several tasks. The idea here is really to start from scratch in the project. And we will already define the customer real Vardreed. And as soon as you save the project, you have the analytic tab with automatically the project analytic plan defined, the Santiago Bernabeu Stadium. This plan will be really the common thread of all the flows, all the process that you will do for your project. So let's go. We go to the task Kanban view. Let's create our stages and create a first task to start the preliminary studies. And here I can already record some timesheets. I know that a few days ago, the project manager, Luca Ocean admin, started the project during 6 hours. The same day, Karim Moreau met the customer during 2 hours. And because the project manager would like to track everything, today, Damien Dejon start to learn about Odoo. He's really a junior, how to create a task, and it took 1 hour because it is Damien Dejon. So once it is done, you can come back to your Kanban view of the task. And here, this is the new top bar feature. You would like to see it. It is there. You click on this button, and you have a new top bar displayed at the top of the project. For the moment, we have only task and timesheet. So I will generate a first smart button, timesheet. And in this smart button, you have the timesheet that you recorded already for the project, and you can build the first report based on that. I know that every day I will check the timesheet per day by employee. So let's build the report. It's in the list view, a group by, and I can already save it. By going in this top bar button, save the view, daily timesheet. As I told you, you can share or not the filter. I will not share this one. I can save it. And as you can see, when you create a report, it will automatically generate a new smart button in the top bar. So here I have the possibility to have the timesheet, the normal timesheet, or the daily timesheet, the one I just created for this report. I just need this one. So this one, I will uncheck it to not have it in my dashboard. Perfect. We started the project. We progressed in the project. So now we can create the first sale order for our customer. In order to do so, again, here you have all the documents that you could potentially link to your project. I generate the sale order smart button. I don't have any sale order for the moment. It's normal. I can create it. As you can see, the customer is automatically defined. And really important, the common thread, the project, Santiago Bernabeu Stadium, is also automatically defined in my sale order. What does that mean? It means that I can create my sale order for the pitch, for the stands, and I already automatically have my here my analytic distribution. Obviously, I could also add other analytic plan in my analytic distribution. The department stadium, the region is Europe. I can obviously do it for the further report. But what is really important is the analytic plan of the project, which is automatically defined. You don't need to do it manually, and you can then confirm. Once you confirm, you can also, if you want, a few days later, create a sale order from scratch and then link it to the project. How to do so? Really easy too. You go to the sales application, you create a new sale order for the same customer, and just don't forget to define the project. Once it is done, you select the products for the last milestone of the project, the shop. As you can see, the analytic distribution is automatically defined. You can confirm it. You go back to the project, and then you have two documents linked to sale order linked to the project. The one you created from the sale order and the one you created from scratch by linking it to the project. Perfect. Let's progress. The day after, you had a dinner with the customer. You would like to expense it. The employee doesn't have the access to the project application, so he will go to the expense application, new expense, dinner with the referee, which is actually the president of the club, 100 euro, reimbursed by the company, and it is really important to link it to the project again. So the project is Santiago Bernabeu. You save it, you can create a report. I know that you mastered the flow, so I will not waste a lot of time with this. And then, once it is done, you come back to your project, you generate a new smart button for the expenses, and again, you can see the expense linked to your project automatically. Perfect. Once it is done, we progress in the discussion, we agreed with the sale order. Now it is time to construct our stadium. So I will create a first purchase order to purchase, to buy the raw materials. So now I think you understand the process. It's exactly the same. I go to the purchase order. I create the supplier who will ship to me the seats. Allez, let's order 100. Automatically, the project is defined. Automatically, the analytic distribution is defined too. I can confirm it, receive the product, and also build it from there. Again, if you come back now to the project and you go to the purchase order smart button, you will find this purchase order. But if you click on here, you have the possibility to see the incoming shipments, the outgoing shipments, but also order transfer is more easy. So you click on stock move and you have all the shipments linked to your project. You will find the receipt that you just did. And if I go to the vendor bills, the same. So you can already see a first overview of the project. If I go to the project and I see this top bar, I have all the already documents, generated documents till now. Let's have a new or another use case. It happened in the construction domain that you buy in bulk a lot of materials for the construction, but you don't know exactly to which project it will go. So let's go to the purchase application. We can create a new purchase order to receive concrete block and beams for the structure. But I don't link it to the project. I don't have any project here. I don't have any analytic distribution. It's normal. I will consume part of the quantity for each project afterwards. So I confirm it. I receive the goods. Perfect. Then you go to the project. Let's generate a new smart button again for the manufacturing order. Here, as you can see, because I have created it from the project, I already have the project automatically defined. I just need to select the product I would like to assemble with the concrete block and the beams. Perfect. Confirm, produce all, and once it is done, you come back to the manufacturing order smart button, you find this demo, but not only, because if you go now to the analytic item, we will see everything that has been, all the analytic items generated for this project from the very beginning. So we see here the two lines for that represents the cost of the production, because I have defined the cost on the product. I have my supplier bill for the seats, I have my expense, and I have the three timesheets there. Now it's negative. I need maybe a small revenue. So I go back to the sale order. I can invoice my first milestone, which is the structure. Everything is automatically defined, as you can see. I can confirm. If I come back to my project, I generate a new, again, smart button for the invoice. And if I go to the analytic items, I can see here the 7,000 euro that I just invoiced to my customer. So last but not least, in terms of reporting, obviously, it is a bit unreadable. So what I really need is to go to the pivot view. Okay, I like the splits between September and October in months, and I will also group by billing type. I have the cost, the revenue, and the cost linked to the timesheet. I can save it, billing type, analytic. This one I can share. It just means that other users that have an access to this project will see also the smart button in their top bar. And this one is not necessary anymore. I log out. The day after, I log in. I start my work at 11, as usual. I go to the project. I click on my project, and everything is there. I have all my smart button, all the documents, and at the end, I have also the reports shared or not. And in several clicks, I have the possibility to see everything linked to my project. So what could be better than this? Thank you. Ouais, ouais, c'est bon. Ouais. D'accord. Je t'entends pas très bien. Attends, j'ai envie en fait en vrai.
Can you show me the QR code for the questions?
Yes. Yeah, this one for sure.
Thank you. Sorry for the technical difficulties. One potential gap in advanced revenue recognition, or is there a solution? For long-term construction contracts spanning multiple years, building blocks to implement this are already there in Odoo with project analytic accounting and analytical budgets.
I will read because it's too long. Give me one sec, guys.
Yeah, you can read it from mine as well.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. So yeah, what if a gap is in advance revenue recognition is Yeah, exactly. We know that the reporting is already possible in Odoo, but here the big improvement is that you get everything in the project directly in the top bar, and you can also build a specific dedicated report for each project. And also, as I explained also in the first instance, is that you have the possibility to start the flow from scratch by also linking the project to the transfer, the purchase order, and the manufacturing order, which is not, which is actually completely new. So this is actually the big improvement. But yeah, I agree that we already have in the previous version the possibility to make some reports. I don't know if I answered correctly to the question.
If it's not complete enough, they can find you.
Yeah, okay. Or we have also the service booth. But yeah, I can still wait after the talk to answer if need be.
Yep. This is not necessarily for this talk, but how can clients send feedback for potential improvements in next versions directly to Odoo?
Barbara, who are you? Where are you? But actually, I think there is an email you can send. Come to me and I will answer to you. I don't know the address email, sorry.
Okay. Is analytics via the accounting analytics, this is not, yeah. Is it possible for CRM2? Many projects have this need in the pre-sale phase.
For the moment, I think it could be interesting to discuss that with the product owner to see a bit what is the, let's say, projection for the upcoming version, intermediate version in SaaS or the 19. But I think that in a technical point of view, if we do it for all the document that I just explained now, it could be really possible to do it also for the rest of the document like CRM.
Does everyone have access to all the apps on the top bar, even though they do not have the right for a specific module?
Actually, if you don't have the access to the project, you will not have the access to the top bar. It's normal. So first of all, access to the project, and then you have the access to everything I have showed now. And if I create a report, a really complex report, pivot view, group by, blah, 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 and then I share the report, then anyone who has an access to the project will be also able to see this smart button.
Are smart buttons shared by default? So the ones that are not created by the user, but the ones that are defined
how we can share it by default?
Are
is the
they shared by default?
But actually, it is not shared by default, but you can just click on the share button. I don't know if I understand well the question, but you just need to check the button share. It's one click and it's completely shared. If you really need to do that, let's say more automatic, you can go to the default value on the ER filter model and you can, I think, check the configuration. But it's not really necessary. You can just share or not. It is really user-friendly from the project application.
Yep, there was a little bit of clarification from the
Okay.
questionnaire, the purchases, like the app, like purchase and sales. So they're not the predefined. So the share button is
Yeah.
available for the ones that the user creates, the views that the user creates, and they are asking about the ones that are predefined in Odoo, like purchase, timesheets, sales.
So if they have an access to the timesheet, purchase, and so on, but not the project, or
The like this tale about the shared thingy. So the predefined menus in the top bar,
okay.
like the
Okay, okay, the predefined menu, not
yes.
the share one. Okay, okay. And they want to,
They want to know if they are shared by default or not.
but it is not sharing. It's just a question of checking the or not the smart button, generate the smart button, right?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. For so if I understand right, when you create a project, you would like to have those smart button. Actually, we need. I think you can just test if you check that and you don't uncheck if you create a new project if it is already there. But again, I think you just need to check the smart button that you would like to display, and that's it. If I understand again the question right.
Yep. For projects, users who have the rights as a user and not as an administrator will still have access to the top bar.
Yes.
All right. If someone doesn't have access to accounting, for example, what will he see if the invoice button is active?
Yeah, actually, there is the record rule which that overrides a bit everything. So if you don't have the access to the records, then you will not be able to see the record, even though you had the access to the smart button.
Is it possible to add the recruitment app in the top bar?
The same answer than for the CRM application.
How to manage big projects, including sub-projects?
But actually, I think it could be interesting to make the workflow. I would like to see a bit the use case. Again, we can see, we can meet, I don't know who did this question, we can meet just after the talk and we can make the flow based on your use case. It could be interesting to see that.
Does every manufacturing order whose bill of materials have more than one component creates different analytic items?
Actually, when you define a bill of material or a manufacturing order, you have a many-to-one field, meaning that you can define only one analytic plan linked to a project. It is not based on the component, but on the bill of material of manufacturing, let's say, header information.
Is there an option to get an overview of the expected income from non-confirmed sale orders with multiple payment milestones?
I think here it becomes to be the more advanced report that you can build based on the top bar. So you go to the sale order, for instance, you make a filter on the confirmed sale order, but not invoice. You have both information, so you can make a filter based on those two information, and then you can build the report and create a smart button based on that. So the answer is yes.
Yeah, the same question for non-confirmed POs. We need a timeline. This is still the part of the same question.
What is the timeline? Because we have several dates on the purchase order. So we have the one of the shipment, we have the one of the confirmation, the one of the creation. So what is the? But again, as soon as the information actually is in the document, you will be able to create the report based on one or several information, and then save it, generate a smart button, and every day have a look at this smart button.
Can you assign different percentages to each analytic plan?
Yes, it's exactly the same process than for the, let's say, analytic plan flow.
Is the dashboard budget slash profitability now working correctly across companies and currencies?
Sorry, just, no, wait.
Yeah.
That's it?
Is the dashboard budget?
Yeah.
You can.
Okay.
This is a longer one.
Yeah, yeah. I have the time. Huh? Okay, is the dashboard budget profitability now working correctly across? Yeah, I think it's a more global question with the currencies and so on. But maybe again, not for me, but we have the accounting booth, and but it's a question regarding the profitability, the currencies, the accounting. So you can go to the accounting booth and ask the question.
Is there any improvements in the project form view?
Good question to the product owner and team leader of the service applications. Again, you can go to the service booth and they will be able to answer to this question.
Is it possible to generate a recapitulative PDF document from the project app?
PDF. So you have the possibility to easily export in an Excel. For the moment, you don't have a PDF for the project application. But I think as a function of what do you mean by recapitulative information, you can then build the PDF that you want based on those information. Actually, in a more technical point of view, the project application is now linked to all the documents that I have showed today, meaning that you can retrieve those information, build the PDF on the model project, and then print it. Ah, c'est fini déjà.
There's no other questions anyway, so.
Okay, perfect. Perfect timing. Thank you.